ladies and gentlemen. The 18T is all ready to go, and the pits are packed for night number 2 of the 2022 Bob's Burgers and Brew Summer Nationals here at the Skagit Speedway. Welcome back to today's video. A little bit of an exciting start to the vlog, considering that with last night's performance between qualifying, our heat race, and a main event, we are 100% locked in to the first 3 rows starting position for tonight's 36 lap $10,000 to win a main event. They took the top 4 in overall points. We were 4th. And if we were 5th or 6th, we would have to race all again tonight. We'd have to requalify, have to rerun a heat race. But since we were able to accumulate enough points to start up front, now we are gonna just have a pole shuffle today, and then the A main event to determine who's gonna be going home with their name on that check. The track crew though is just putting their final touches on the Skagit Speedway for the finale. One thing really interesting to note that they've been doing throughout the 2022 season, at least all the races I've been here, is they've been really tilling up the top and then tilling up like a solid lane on the bottom, and then kind of trying to leave like the middle really hard and slick. You can see a really good look at it right there. Tilled up on top, tilled up on bottom, and then kind of like 2 car lengths of just hard pack. And it's really hard to say if it makes the racing better or not, or makes the surface where it needs to be. Some nights it's been stellar, and then some nights it's kind of still one lane, and they're trying to fix it as the show goes on. So just a little bit of an interesting way to do it, and it can cause it definitely to slicken off at a much faster pace, because once we start running in that area where it's hard packed, I mean there's no grip already. It's just dust and just starts to crumble and doesn't move any material from that. But anyway, we're going to be getting it all underway. We have the pit meeting here in just a couple of minutes, and then we're probably going to be hanging out for the first half of the night until we get our hot lap session, and then into the pole shuffle to set up the starting positions for the feature. Well, our night is officially about to get underway at Skagit. Just fired up for some engine heat. The 360 heat races are hitting the track, and then we have the B main, and then we'll be getting into that pole shuffle. It felt so weird in qualifying, watching everyone in the infield go out and mud pack, and then hot lap, and then qualify. It's almost like when you have those really bad racing dreams, when, you know, maybe you're not in your fire suit and everyone's racing, or you miss your race, you're not in staging, you're not ready. You guys ever had those? I always do. Very common actually, and I always wake up in a panic. So that's literally what it felt like today, just in real life. Pole shuffle though is going to be up next. We're going to get a chance to do a couple of hot laps, then we're going to pull into the infield, and then they're going to do the 5 and 6 cars against each other, and then we'll be in round number 2, and we'll be versus whoever wins that first round, and we can move as far up as being on the pole and racing for the front row starting position. Right now though, really happy with where we're at. I mean, obviously you want to push it and be aggressive, but it's a pole shuffle. It's not worth doing something too crazy for. So gonna get the 18T all ready, and here in probably the next 30-45 minutes we'll be on track for that. Dang it, I wasn't able to get through the first round there of the shuffle. Foiler got me. I was originally thinking about starting on the bottom, but the top, they kind of worked the exit of 3 and 4, and it's pretty good. Didn't get a great jump. Felt like I went a little bit later than I needed to. I just got a little, not too conservative, but I just didn't want to jump. And I just went too late and didn't have enough speed built up. I still was side by side going into turn 1 by the time I caught straightaway grip, but I got slid, and that threw me off. And maybe I should have just completed the slider in 3 and 4, but it's a shuffle at the same time. So I wanted to be careful and not courteous. That's not the right word, but like I said, it's a pole shuffle. You know, there's no reason to wear something out for that on both ends to my competitors and myself, because it's all for just starting position. But that sucked. I just needed to be a little bit better on the start. Feel like our car's good, but it's tough. You only had 2 laps, and we had the hot lap session before to really know. And I think that we can, you know, do a couple things to get a little bit better. Need to check the brakes. They're a little spongy. Feel like we need to find just a little bit more drive in the slick, and then also it's a combination of finding a little bit of drive off the corner, but not getting tight in the wetter parts of the curb. So racetrack's just interesting right now at Skagit. Gonna go watch the rest of the shuffle and just put that behind us. As much as we would have liked to win around and try to move forward, it is what it is, and we're in the first 3 rows of tonight's Summer Nationals feature.
Inside of our 3rd row, coming to us out of Jacksonville, Oregon. Starting in position number 5, please welcome the 18T of Tanner Holmes. Very field for sure.
36 laps, guys. Try to see what we can do with these guys ahead of us. Patient lap traffic and keep our momentum going.
him, son.
He had it, yeah.
If you, a couple more laps like that.
One more lap.
He was definitely.
One more.
Just missed the bottom a little on the last lap on entry, but I still gained it. And I was close enough to try to slide, but like I got a little sideways.
If you would have a couple more
I
laps.
think if I would have just been, I just needed to be a little bit close. Like, I mean, I was close, I know, but I just didn't get enough into the corner.
Tanner Holmes. Tanner.
Tanner! Woo!
We're really good there at the end. You know, I actually didn't think I wanted to see a yellow like Trey because I just thought he just kept getting stuck in traffic. That was probably my only shot. He was really good early there. And then all of a sudden, I started running the bottom at 1 and 2. And I knew that the exit at 2 on top was really starting to fade. I get curved up real bad. And I just got worse up there. So I kind of tried my luck down low. And like him, the white flag surprised me. And even though I missed 1 and 2, I still got through it really well. So I was close enough, but just not close enough to really bomb in there. And throw a clean move to race to the end. So it just wasn't my game. Yeah, congrats to Trey and the rest up here in the top line. This is pretty cool, like you said. Had a rough turn cut, but the guys back here and some of that. Just our whole crew, Brian Crockett, and actually Trey. Yesterday I ripped the shock mount off and he raced team level back on. So just you know, great group of people here, a lot of great fans, and we'd like to thank Next Gen, On-Site Screeners, Carson Oil, Fast Four, our big environmental QRC, ABC Power, and the rest of them. It feels good, man. I really wanted to be one spot better. Just needed, you know, maybe 2 or 3 more laps.
Great job, Tanner!
Tonight we're going into Skagit Reports and assist for Fury from one of us going over some wrong on that show.
Shoot, I don't want to get it.
Way to go, Tanner!
Oh, come on, sir.
Come on, Tanner!
Down here in turns 3 and 4 at Skagit. Night is complete, and the race is literally just like playing in my head over and over again. Started 5th, came home 2nd, came home just a couple car lengths away from $10,000. Trey Starks got the job done from the pole. Ran a really good race. You know, it was a lot of fun. Just some races you look back and you don't realize like everything that's happening, and there's so much action. We had a couple of yellows early. I was kind of hanging out in 5th, and I remember telling myself like, Tanner, like, you need to get in gear. You need to get going. You got to get it together. And finally, we got on a long green flag run that was probably like 25 laps. There was only 4 or 5 to go at the end. So yeah, it was a long green flag run. Finally started to catch up to lap traffic. And as other guys kind of faded and had to move around, I felt like I kept my rhythm even with other cars around me. So got by Logan Foiler, got by Jason Sowald, caught up to Sanders. And if you kind of look here to my left, I really used the bottom in lap traffic, both in 3 and 4 and in 1 and 2. You just had to kind of go where they weren't. And then at the same time, we used the high side, and it had a really, really wet curb. You can see that behind me. It was super, super slick, like your left rear's in the slick, so you're kind of down, you're going fast, and you're trying to, you know, not get sideways. But if you got your right rear in it too much, you were buried and you could feel that grip. So I got into 2nd, and I was just trying to make as much pace as I could to catch Trey Starks. I couldn't see him for a while. Then I could finally see him, but we were in such thick lap traffic, like a lot was changing. And really, I thought if we got a yellow, it was over. He was going to win the race. I thought we needed to stay in lap traffic for me to have a shot. I was wrong. We had a yellow with a couple laps to go, and I started working the bottom side down on that end. And I don't know what it was, but it was phenomenal. It was so good. And I started to pull up close to him. Kind of lost a little time. I think he was a little better in 3 and 4, but coming to the white, I held pace, and we were right like that. And I looked up, and the white flag was out because the scoreboard said there was over 10 laps to go. So I wasn't really sure where we were at. And I think that kind of spooked me. I don't know, my right rear I didn't smoke the wall, but I just got a little high and maybe grazed it, and it screwed up my entry into 1 on the white flag lap. And if I would have stuck the bottom, I really think I would have won the race. I mean, I hit it still from center off, and Trey made a mistake as well. So, you know, I was probably right here on the back. I don't know. I need to watch it completely. Like I said, it's still going through my head. But I just didn't think I was close enough. I tried. I gassed it through the bottom of 3 and 4, but I knew right away I didn't think I was going to clear the slide job, and the last thing I wanted to do was punt Trey to win $10,000. Obviously, that's not going to go down well. That's not the driver that I am. I have a lot of respect for him. He literally fixed my car yesterday. But yeah, I wanted to do it cleanly, do it fairly. And I don't know, maybe I was too nice, but I didn't think I was close enough. So if I would have stuck the bottom down there, I truly think I would have won the race, because I think we would have been more side by side going into the last corner. But yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. I smell like champagne. We did the victory thing. All of it was cool. Sucks to run second though. So like, I'm definitely very disappointed. This race is going to sting, but at the same time, after all we've been through at this racetrack, I mean, it does feel damn good in a way. It does feel good, especially to have that much speed with how fast that 55 car has been here this year. To come that close shows really where our program's at with this car, the Breezeway car, and you know, all we've been through just putting it together just to get to the races. So want to give a big shout out to my crew, Brian, my dad, Carly, the rest of my family, as well as On-Site Screeners, Fast 4 Media, Next Gen Def, Carson Oil, Earth It Environmental, Pit Stop USA, QRC, ABC Powder Coating, Lafarge, Bullseye Design and Print, and all you great fans. I literally pulled in the pits and everyone was cheering. So we probably signed autographs for like an hour. Even though we weren't the winner, you know, everyone was really pumped with our performance. So thank you to Skagit. Thanks to everyone. Like I said, it's gonna sting, but it just goes to show how much better we're getting and that our moment and our night is coming. So second still paid $5,000. Good little night for our team, and we are moving on to the Sunset Speedway Park on Monday. See you guys all there.